Is being in a polyamorous relationship right for you? In other words, polyamorous is a fancy way of saying an open relationship where you're committed to somebody, but you have an agreement where you and your partner can have sex with other people. You might be saying, well, JP, you sex kitten. Why do you ask? Well, I ask because I was asked. A viewer named Sarah sent in a question, and it's a great question, valid. I've had the question before. Time to answer it. And I just punched my thigh, so somehow that means that's really time to answer it. So, opening a relationship, does it have the potential to make the relationship lively and healthy? I do believe it has the potential. And does it also have the potential to be a destructive force in the relationship, even though our rationalizations for why we're opening the relationship and becoming polyamorousness is, even though that has like healthy, good rationalizations behind it, could it be a destructive force? My experience is yes, it has that potential. My experience would also say it has that probability. I don't like to speak in black and white terms, and I realize that last sentence was basically a black and white term, but I do caution going into open relationships because I've worked with a number of clients who have either had their relationships destroyed and disintegrated or incredibly challenged because things didn't go the way they thought they went. Thinking about an open relationship is very different than being in one. With that said, before I read Sarah's question, I will qualify this and say I am not in an open relationship. I haven't tried it. I don't plan on trying it. I think before I can actually be healthfully functioning in an open relationship rather than being in it out of unhealthy denial, I think I'll need at least 9 or 10 more lifetimes of growth and development and inner security within myself. So I don't want to project my bias and insecurities onto you, so I'd like to have an open discussion about open relationships. Here's Sarah's question. Hi, JP. I hope you are doing good. I do happen to be doing good. I'd like to ask you what your opinion is on polyamorous open relationships. I feel that when relationships start getting monotonous, it's a good moment to open it, at least in my opinion. I do want to embrace love in my life, but pretending that I'll sleep with one person only for the rest of my life and expect the same from my partner seems unrealistic and possessive. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. So first thing I'd like to kind of point out to you, Sarah, and all of us contemplating, open relationships. Sarah mentions when a relationship starts to get monotonous, maybe that's a good time to open it. What I would say is that is the first sign that the relationship is absolutely not strong enough to open it. It's kind of like if you're in the gym and you're struggling. I was trying to say 10 things at one time. Take 2. If you're in the gym, you have 100 pounds on your back, you're doing squats, and you're struggling with it. You're metaphorically in a monotonous grind, like, you're struggling with it. And then you say, wow, I'm struggling with 100 pounds. It feels like crap to struggle. Why don't I put 200 pounds on my back? Because I can't use judgmental words here. Because I can't handle one relationship, let me start 2 relationships. Maybe that will be the cure to my one relationship that's struggling, as evidenced through my feelings of monotonous. What I would dare say is monotony is a gem. Now, first off, it's certainly an uncomfortable gem. We look at it as an enemy because it's uncomfortable, it's painful. We want to cover it up. In this case, the proposal to cover up the pain of monotony, which is pain means monotony and pain put together in JP language, the attempt to do that is, I'll do an open relationship. I'll go start having sex with other people, one person, 10 people, doesn't really matter. But that will help cover up the feelings of monotony. I would agree, it very likely would. When you start having sex with someone new, the intimacy, better said, the infatuation, the hormones, the endorphins, those are enough to cover up almost any pain. Yet we'll call it the pain of monotony. Is that actually going away, or are we using the attempt of open relationships to escape it? And I would dare say it's actually, in this case, an attempt to escape the monotony. Why I call monotony a gem, it's a sense of boredom. And anytime we're bored, I consider boredom to be it's a sense of anxiety about being with ourselves or being with the person we feel bored about. Same thing over and over. It's boring. It's monotonous. What if boredom is the sensation of anxiety? Actually, it's the sensation of trying to escape the anxiety about being with the other person. What is it that's causing us to be anxious about the other person in their company? That is the gem. That is a beautiful opportunity of growth to discover that. What's challenging me so much that when I'm in this person's presence, I leave myself. So it dulls my awareness so much that I feel lifeless and bored. Boredom, in other words, from my point of view, it's the evidence that we're not very present. We're not fully there to feel the full spectrum of life that's there to be drank in that moment. So that gem would be potentially covered up, buried under the dirt of an open relationship, if that's the reason for getting in an open relationship. And at this juncture, I'd like to share another opinion with you. I don't consider being in an open relationship a bad thing or a good thing. In fact, I don't care if you're in an open relationship or not. What I care about, and what I'm speaking to in Sarah's question here, is your why. Why are you getting into an open relationship, or avoiding it for that matter? Why? To me, your reason behind what you do is far more important than what you actually do. In my opinion, in order to be in an open relationship and have it actually be healthy, functional, and actually a growing experience, I do believe you have to be a complete master of your first relationship, your monogamous relationship that feels monotonous, in this case with Sarah. You have to be a master at it. It has to be so strong, so secure, it's rock solid. And you have to be overflowing with love and security, first security and then love so much that you can naturally share it with other people. Rather than having an open relationship be an attempt to make up for the emptiness. I don't feel loved enough, therefore I need another relationship while this one still happens. I don't feel fulfilled enough, I need another relationship. No, to me that's getting into an open relationship as an escape attempt from the emptiness that you feel within yourself projected onto your current relationship. But the healthy open relationship, in my opinion, theoretically, is you feel so fulfilled, so solid in your current relationship that it's strong enough, you are evolved enough to now be essentially unconditional enough with other people, your partner, that they can go have sex with whoever they want, and you feel secure enough in yourself about that. In other words, because you've mastered squatting 100 pounds, you're a master at it. You can do it 100 times. Now you're going for 200 pounds rather than saying, oh, I'm struggling with 100 pounds here. Let me see if bypassing to 200 pounds is the rightful cure. Maybe not. My experience here on this interesting planet called Earth is I've never actually met people, client-wise, friend-wise, acquaintance-wise. I've never met people in an open relationship are there at that healthy pinnacle. I've met plenty of people, worked with plenty of clients who are in open relationships or have been, and now they're kind of picking up the shattered pieces from it, if you will. Are you at that place of you're so strong and solid in your first relationship that now it's time to try squatting 200 pounds? First off, if you feel monotony in the first relationship, my opinion, probably not. Next thought or kind of test is, can you imagine, this is going to get a little graphic here, so that's probably the most interesting part. Can you imagine coming home and seeing your significant other having sex with someone else and you not get flooded with whatever that emotion is? It's probably 12 at one time. Could you watch it and your pulse not even raise? Can you watch it and be present with it? If so, that's maybe evidence that you might be evolved enough as a human in your unconditional love and acceptance of self and others that maybe you could healthfully handle it. And some of a number of people I've talked with who had been in open relationships got into them with, okay, we don't want to do that. We don't want to walk in on each other. So here's the deal. We're going to be in an open relationship, but we have an agreement, me and my partner. We're not going to tell each other the details. We're going to do what we want to do with other people on the side, but we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to, let anybody cross paths. That's not an open relationship. That's labeling your behaviors as an open relationship, yet that's actually a closed relationship. Secrets. I can't tell you this or that. That is not open at all. Labeled open, got that. Is it really open? No, it's closed down. Secrets, in my opinion, are the death bells of any relationships, whether it's open or monogamous, romantic or otherwise. Secrets are the death sentence of a relationship. An open relationship, in my opinion, is actually open. We're not hiding things. If we're hiding things, it means we're not strong enough to handle the reality of them. Isn't that interesting? Yes, JP, it is, you opinionated redhead. One other reflection I'd like to provide, clients I've worked with, friends again, have said, okay, what we're trying here is we've made an agreement, me and my girlfriend, wife, we can go have sex with other people, but no emotional attachment, no feelings involved. That's not open. That is not free. That's not loving and accepting. That's closing down feelings so you can tolerate the behavior of it. So, with that said, you might say, well, JP, I still don't know. I think it's something I want to try, but everything you said, I kind of check out on paper. Yeah, I think I could go for that. Then your job, if you choose, is go for it. Can you actually handle the consequences of it? You won't know the true feelings of insecurity that will come up letting your partner be with other people and you be with other people and experiencing eyes wide open what that means to your partner, your main partner, when that actually happens, you won't know the rapture of the insecurities or the joy of it until you're actually doing it. Here, we're just talking about theoretically test driving it, putting your feet on the road. If you choose to do that, means now your job is to test drive. Can you handle the consequences, positive and negative of it? So I totally get that in theory, being open, it's a sign of unconditional love. I totally get that in theory. And to be real and authentic, I know for damn sure I am not capable of enough unconditional love with myself, or my girlfriend for that matter, to be able to healthfully and openly experience an open relationship. I'd probably get flooded with jealousy and black out and wake up 20 years later. What the heck happened? With that said, this is a little food for thought, a little sexy bedtime food for thought. And you know what else you can do that's incredibly sexy? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll talk with you guys next time.